It's been quite the wild ride, but the Super Mario Bros. Movie is finally here. So as usual, let's break down these famous characters and see where exactly the residents of the Mushroom Kingdom land on our morality scale. I'm Kyle with Wicked Binge, and this is the Super Mario Bros. Movie Good to Evil. And just a fair warning, this video is going to contain massive spoilers for the movie, so keep that in mind. As usual, we'll be starting with our purest and most noble character and working our way down to the most evil. These characters are the good. Earning our gold medal of good is Princess Peach. Being the noble leader of the Mushroom Kingdom, Peach does all she can to protect her loyal Toads. She's brave and determined, but also shows her kinder side when it comes to Mario, as we see her comforting and encouraging him when he ends up not being able to fully complete the obstacle course. Even when she's focused on her main goal of stopping Bowser, she'll still keep the people she cares about as a top priority. We see her save Toad during the Rainbow Road sequence, and later on she's willing to play along with Bowser's wedding, still putting herself at risk even if she did have a backup plan. Some might see her as a bit too perfect, but regardless of whether or not we agree with that critique, she's still the most good character in the film. For our silver medal of good, we have to give it to the one and only Mario. Although we're used to seeing Mario play the hero role, here we get to also see him be an older brother. While of course he cares about stopping Bowser and helping out Peach and the other residents of the Mushroom Kingdom, his main goal is to save his brother. When it comes to this, he's willing to do anything, from eating multiple mushrooms, which ironically happen to be his least favorite food, to getting in a fight with a giant ape. It's a tough journey, but he is eventually able to save his brother from certain doom, in what is an incredibly sweet moment. Though he can sometimes be a bit hot-headed whenever people insult him or Luigi, Mario's heroic side easily shines through in both big and small ways. From helping a Toad get their dropped coin back, to saving Donkey Kong's life after they both fall into the ocean. A true hero through and through. Taking the bronze medal of good is going to be the original player number 2, Luigi. Although Luigi unfortunately doesn't have as much screen time as his older brother, he is still portrayed as an incredibly nice guy. When Mario ends up leaving dinner early after being frustrated by his father's words, Luigi's the one to check up on him and bring him a plate of leftovers. Later on, during the Bowser interrogation scene, while he does eventually reveal that he knows who Mario is, Luigi still tries to keep his brother a secret for as long as he can. His true big heroic moment comes during the film's climax, when Luigi ends up grabbing a manhole cover and protecting Mario from one of Bowser's fire-breathing attacks, showing both his big brother and the audience just how brave he can be. Finishing off the good section, we have Toad. For being such a little guy, Toad sure does have a lot of spirit. Despite only knowing him for a few seconds, Toad immediately claims Mario as his best friend and goes out of his way to help him by leading him to the Mushroom Kingdom, and then distracting the castle guards with food so that Mario can go speak to Peach. Later, when Mario and Peach depart on their quest to the Jungle Kingdom, Toad volunteers to go with them and help out with that cause. While he's not much of a fighter, Toad remains loyal to both Mario and Peach, cheering the former on and continuing to help the latter out even when it looks like Bowser has an unbeatable advantage. Overall, though he's not the strongest character around, he easily sets the bar for all the other Toads. He's not the most important character, but he does have a lot of spirit. Next we have the Penguin King. His presence is important to help establish the danger that is Bowser's army, and although his efforts were futile to say the least, his strong will and leadership ability is actually quite commendable. He did his best to defend his kingdom, but snowballs maybe aren't the best weapon of choice. Which brings us to our next section. Stepping down one tier, we've come to those who land right in between good and evil. This is the moral gray area. Starting out this section, we'd like to give one quick mention to a rarely seen member of the Mario family, Mario's father. Although he only gets a couple of scenes, it's still kinda cool to see both him and the rest of the brothers' extended family. Unfortunately, Mario's father is a bit on the gruff side and comes off as somewhat unsupportive at first, calling his son nuts for leaving a steady job to start their plumbing business. We're sure he was just trying to look out for his boys in his own way, but telling Mario that he was dragging his brother down with him was pretty harsh. Thankfully, by the end of the movie, their father is amazed by what both his sons are able to do, and also lets Mario know that he's proud of him, which makes us very happy to see. Next, we have the King of the Apes, Cranky Kong. Not exactly a noble king. Cranky is about what you'd expect from someone with a name like Cranky. in spite of Peach being pretty respectful towards him when they first meet. Cranky in turn is dismissive and rude regarding her request. He also goes out of his way to taunt Mario and forces him to fight his son, Donkey, in order to earn access to his Kong army. But he also provides Mario, Peach, and Toad with go-karts to use. We can't place him much higher as he ends up not doing much to help in the final battle, but we do still appreciate what he was able to do for our heroes prior to it, as well as his willingness to happily give his own son some praise when it's due. Rounding out our gray area is the enemy-turned-ape ally, Donkey Kong. Being the Jungle Kingdom's strongest fighter, Donkey Kong is a brute, a showboater, and an incredibly sore loser. He doesn't take things too seriously at first, taunting Mario before threatening to kill him during their big fight. But even after Mario beats him fair and square in the arena and they officially become allies, Donkey Kong still goes out of his way to antagonize and threaten him. He does soften up to the plumber a bit after Mario saves his life, and he also tries to help fight off Bowser in the final battle. So we know that he's by no means selfish. He just also happens to be more than a little crude and can sometimes let his ego and his rivalries get the better of him. But finally we arrive at the dark side, the truly dastardly and wicked. These characters are the bad and the evil. Though not your traditional bad guy, we'd like to give a quick mention to Foreman Spike. Spike is the former boss of the Mario Brothers. When the brothers leave him to start a plumbing business of their own, Spike makes it clear that he has absolutely no faith in them. He even goes out of his way to both verbally insult them and physically threaten Mario when Mario gets up in his face. Spike also seems like he just cares very little about the brothers in general, given that he nearly hits Mario but only cares about whether or not his car was dented. But eventually he does cheer on the brothers alongside everyone else after they defeat Bowser, so we suppose he's not all that bad. But real quick before we get to our next entries, if you're a fan of video games in our usual Spectrum formats, make sure to check out our gaming channel 1UP Binge. We make video game good to evil videos, sentencing videos, and more, and we'd love to have you all check it out. Link below. For our Silver Medal of Evil, we're giving it to Kamek. Being Bowser's right-hand wizard, Kamek's only role seems to be to support Bowser in any way that he can, whether that's providing some extra defensive magic during an attack, or helping build his king's confidence when it comes to his proposal to Peach. He very much enables Bowser's evil behavior and doesn't seem to mind all the destruction at all, looking almost amused as he watches the Ice Penguin's castle get melted away, and being more than happy to tell Luigi and the other prisoners that they're going to be sacrificed during the king's wedding. There's very little that's redeemable about Kamek, but at the very least you could argue that he was just following orders. But with our last entry, you can't really make that excuse. Finally, to no one's surprise, our Gold Medal of Evil is going to none other than Bowser, King of the Koopas. Naturally, Bowser is in classic form throughout the movie. He's threatening, intimidating, hostile, aggressive, and when it comes to his crush on Peach, according to the internet, actually kind of, quote, adorkable. But we can't let his love-struck nature and charming Jack Black voice fool anyone.
Now who's gonna stop me?
This guy is a villain through and through. His main goal throughout the film is to force Princess Peach into marrying him, either by impressing her with the Power Star or threatening to use it to destroy her kingdom. With this being the only thing he wants, Bowser lets nothing stand in his way and makes it very clear that he's willing to kill whoever tries to stop him. For as funny as he may be, Bowser still proves to be incredibly dangerous, as well as, unsurprisingly, the most evil character in the movie. But let us know in the comments section what you thought of the Mario Brothers movie. And remember to hit that notification bell and binge our Good to Evil playlist, where we break down the morality of the characters in your favorite cartoons, movies, and games. But most importantly, stay wicked.